In filmmaker Yoon Jong-bin's epic and explosive Netflix criminal tale, Narco-Saints, Korean men pursue their fortunes in South America. Two of South Korea's greatest box office stars, Jung-woo and Hwang Jung-min, lead a largely male ensemble in this wonderfully realized adventure through Suriname's streets and forests. So, in today's video, I want to be showing everything you need to know about the Netflix series Narco-Saints. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn more about it. The story follows the difficult interaction between two ambitious men who carefully learn to appreciate one another, like in many of Yoon's earlier films. Yoon has been given his largest canvas yet, with a program filmed on the location of the Dominican Republic that is claimed to have the highest per-episode budget of any Korean drama. Narco-Saints is a suitably bloody and operatic affair, echoing Grand Cartel Lord sagas like Narcos and Scarface. But beneath its filmmaking bravado is a story that doesn't add anything new to the mix, aside from a novel location and an intriguing fake religion backdrop. A storyline that is quickly abandoned in favor of classic crime elements. The 6-episode series, loosely based on true events, follows Kang In-gu, a guy who fought his way up from poverty to care for his family. He cannot keep the wolves away from the door, so when a buddy approaches him with a business idea in a foreign nation, he can't say no. He abandons his family and he moves to Suriname, a poor farmer Dutch province. He then buys skate on the cheap from a local fisherman and ships it to Korea, where it's a delicacy. The astute In-gu knows when to grease the pipes, but the local Chinese gang, headed by the gruff and hirsute, Shen Jin, comes knocking. The kickbacks they're too much for him. In-gu goes to a small Korean church led by the charismatic pastor Jeon Yo-wan, at the behest of his Christian wife, Hwang. Pastor Jeon provides assistance, and to In-gu's amazement, his problems are quickly resolved, despite the fact that they had only just begun. In-gu quickly becomes an unsuspecting player in the worldwide coke trade, and the next person to bail him out is the stern Korean National Intelligence Service agent, Choi Chung-ho. Chung-ho drops a bombshell on In-gu. Pastor Jeon is the Surinamese cocaine king, and if In-gu wants Chung-ho's aid, he's gonna have to go undercover to acquire the pastor's confidence. Narco-Saints begins with a long montage of In-gu's past, but it comes to life once he arrives in Suriname. Hwang Jung-min's electrifying performance as Pastor Jeon, the colorful location photography, and the evocative costume and production design all play a role. But so does the fact that this is a narrative about Korean men on the road. Appropriately, the first scene introduces us to In-gu on the road. He's traveling in the back of a truck through the Surinamese jungle, peering carefully at a basketball autographed by pitcher Chun-ho Park, the league's first Korean-born player. Pastor Jeon, who lauds other countrymen's successes in Western sports, gave In-gu the baseball, but was it genuine? At another time, the pastor gives a similar presentation to a non-Korean, but we know it's a forgery. Yoon's works are deeply anchored in male friendship, from his edgy indie first picture about military duty, The Unforgiven, to his superb North Korean espionage thriller, The Spy Gone North, both of which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. The odd relationship between In-gu and Pastor Jeon is at the core of Narco-Saints, much as it was in The Spy Gone North, which detailed the strained and surprising friendship between a North Korean ambassador and a South Korean spy, acting as a businessman. To put it lightly, the relationship starts off on the wrong foot, yet they're both Korean men away from home, attempting to earn their fortunes. Pastor Jeon is surrounded by other individuals such as Chinese-Korean mobster Byung Ki-tae and American-raised lawyer David Park. Given the story's machismo, it's somewhat predictable that the women are given scant attention. In-gu's wife, Hyejin, who appears very briefly after the first episode, is portrayed as a nag, and there are just a few words uttered by other women throughout the plot. Local characters are also absent, except for a greedy president in Pastor Jeon's pocket and local prostitutes who loiter but never say anything. Period blockbusters set in third-world nations are presently a significant trend in the Korean film industry, although many of these movies, based on true events, fail to include local characters. Narco-Saints is frequently a delight to watch, thanks to its charming cartel lord, superb production quality, and catchy tune by composer Cho Young-wook. Narco-Saints is a 6-part K-drama that will premiere on Netflix on September 9th of 2022, and it appears to be a surprise smash for the streaming giant, but why should you watch it? Let's go through the seasons, one after the other. The story of a civilian being coerced into going undercover to infiltrate a cartel lord's cartel is an exciting and engaging plot on its own merit, but add that to the high production values and no-holds-barred approach to the storytelling that the current K-dramas bring to the screen, and we are already on board. Sure, we might have heard this narrative before, but Narco-Saints seems to have a few twists and turns that might lift it past previous versions. This series seems to be fantastic. Check out the teaser to see how everything seems like it is from a big-budget film. Yoon Jong-bin is an incredible filmmaker who has stretched the budget with gorgeous sweeping views and settings. Tanks, aircraft, and military strikes are seen, as well as spectacular gun-toting standoffs. According to the tagline, "Trust is the deadliest deal," we're hoping that the series is going to deliver. If you like programs like Narcos, then you should be delighted by this release. After 3 seasons of Narcos, this might just fill that void left by the show and its cancellation. Narcos was a very successful show, and it seems like Narco-Saints is going to cover some similar ground. Yet, given the K-drama twist, Narco-Saints might surprise some genre lovers. Fans of K-drama might recognize a few recognizable names from previous performances within the cast. Kong In-gu, who plays Ha Jung-woo, has previously appeared in Age of Warriors and Honest Living, while Yoo Yeon-sok, who plays David Park, has previously appeared in Mr. Sunshine. And of course, Park Hae-soo, who plays Choi Chang-ho, will be recognized from the phenomenal international smash hit Squid Game. With an impressive ensemble, the series feels like it's in good hands. There's hardly any action crime series on the market right now, because they're costly and time-consuming to produce. Narco-Saints seems to be a terrific entry into the genre, and it's worth mentioning that this is the most costly Korean drama ever made. So no details have been overlooked. Narco-Saints is shaping up to be another blockbuster, with the trailer letting us know precisely what to anticipate. Cartel lords, covert operators, secret government operations, firearms, tanks, and explosions. Seems like a thrilling adventure that Autumn might enjoy on Netflix. As previously mentioned, the series will be published globally on September 9th of 2022 on the streaming platform, and we might assume the streaming behemoth, Netflix. The series is going to consist of 6 episodes, all of which will be published on the same day, September 9th. Each episode is going to be roughly 50 minutes long, which I think that's a great length. The series is going to include the following actors: Ha Jung-woo, Park Hae-soo, Yoo Yeon-sok, Hwang Jung-min, and Jo Woo-jin. As soon as the series is released, we might notice some fresh and new efficient faces. The content principles make it abundantly evident that the plot is going to revolve on locating the true perpetrator and imprisoning them for the crime that they've committed. It's going to be fascinating to witness how a normal man's life changes when he becomes an agent, what challenges he faces, and how he overcomes them. The director said that the drama, which was initially intended to be a film, was expanded into a 6-part series to examine the narrative of the real-life Korean cartel kingpin caught in Suriname in 2009. When I first heard about the story, I thought it was really interesting. But when I got the script for the film, a lot was missing, like the things that drew my interest at first. It seemed to be difficult to capture the whole story in a 2-hour runtime. He said during a press conference for the series, held at Joseon Palace in Gangnam-go, Seoul, the series marks Ha's comeback to television after his conviction, in which he was penalized last year for unlawfully taking propofol for non-medical reasons. Ha, who has been part of the project from its inception, believes the story's originality warrants developing it into a series. I believe that this story, based on real life, has huge energy. A Korean going to a small South American country and becoming a smuggler itself felt like a movie, he said. Because of that, the story was very powerful. I knew that it would be made into a series sometime. Hwang said that he joined the project since the narrative piqued his interest. When I read the script for all 6 episodes, it had this energy that pulled me toward the next page. After reading the first episode, it made me want to flip right to the next page, he said. He stated that he was pleased to see the finished result after working with, the cast's A-list members, Ha, Park, Yoo Yeon-sok, and Jo Woo-jin. It's my first time working with these actors. I actually felt bigger energy after watching the series than during the shooting. I was watching the final version quite a time after the filming, and everyone did such a great job with their characters, he said. Are you looking forward to watching the series? Then let us know in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, then make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of our incredible videos. Keep an eye out for the next video, but yeah, bye for now.